live from the Texas Cheerlickers Studios. It's in the building with Mike Taylor and Rudy J.
All right, let me apologize right off the top. We're starting at 10 after. We're starting at 1 originally because of me, and now we're starting at 10 after 1 because of me. So apologies.
No need to apologize.
I'm going to make a bold statement here right off the top. A bold declaration.
Be careful.
I know. I like to do. This is a challenge. I'm saying this out loud publicly to y'all and our people. Because to put pressure on myself. Never again will I host a show from Hawaii. That's my new goal now. I don't anticipate ever hosting from Hawaii ever again.
Why you say that?
Because it's dog shit, and it f's up our chemistry. It f's up our momentum. It f's up our mojo.
You got to see your kids, though. I
know. I do, but maybe I'll put them on a ship and make them come see me every time. No, I've got to. And by the way, I am working on that. The twins are. I think the twins will be coming to see me way more than they have in the last 4 or 5 years. All these years I've been coming out here, Rudy, and I'm fucking tired of it. Sorry, I cussed already. I'm sick of it. I am tired of coming here. Honolulu is a shithole.
Why?
It's hard.
Okay, so you text. You said I'm so over this place. Mm-hmm. What is the beautiful place that is Honolulu? Why is it giving you the red ass?
You ever had sex with a beautiful woman who turned out to be a gigantic bitch?
No.
That's Honolulu. Honolulu is a beautiful woman who sucks to be in a relationship with because she's 3,500 miles away. Last night, I'm broke. I come home broke every time I come here, and I actually give people tips on how to come here on the cheap. There's no such thing as being here on the cheap. I give tips to people on how to come here where it's less expensive. There's no cheap. It's just less expensive.
Right.
Dude, last night I'm like, we're going to McDonald's. I can't spend another $50
on three people. Three people.
Yeah. We go to McDonald's and I got a Happy Meal last night for dinner. I got a 6-piece big boy nugget Happy Meal.
Buki should be proud of you.
That's what I ordered. I had Buki dinner last night and it was $8.50 for a Happy Meal.
Which is insane.
Even when you go to McDonald's, it was $30 last night. And we all three got Happy Meals.
Yeah.
Insanity. I come here. I'm tired because my body's thrown off because of the sleep deprivation, because of the 5-hour time difference and the travel and the jet lag. And I mean, once you've been to Waikiki, dude, once you've been there once or twice, you've been. I mean, I've been here. I used to live here, and coming here 2 or 3 times a year. I'm over it. It's too far. The time difference is outrageous. It's not even America, really. It's kind of it's America on paper, but not really.
Yeah.
It is a Japanese Hawaiian territory that the United States, stole, and then beat the Japanese over. A lot of the nationals here, and I've talked about this before. A lot of Native Hawaiians want to go independent. I'm like, yeah, I would go for it. Good luck with independence. And a lot of them still have a grudge against the United States for taking them over 100 years ago. I'm like, dude, what do you think would have happened had we not taken y'all over? You'd all be speaking Japanese. You wouldn't have a Hawaiian flag waving over the island. It would be a red 0. It would be the Japanese flag. They were either going to get taken over by us or the Japanese. And in many ways, Japan has a massive influence still on this island. All I'm saying is, dude, I'm tired of ass whip. I'm sorry I'm late today. And I'm not going to let this shit happen again. I'm not going to let it happen again. It affects our show, and I don't want that to happen. So
it's all good, man.
I told the kids, Daddy might not see you for a couple of years because I ain't coming back. So
what they say. You
me, man.
You look nice and tan.
Thank you. I have gotten a big tan out here. And it's not because I'm going to the beach all day. You know what I did yesterday? I spent 3 hours doing laundry. Because here at the hotel, the laundry service quit working. Because of course it did. And I had to find one of these laundromats. And I found one about a quarter mile away. So I had to walk my dirty clothes to a laundromat a quarter mile away in a bag. A clear bag, not like a bum walking around holding a big bag behind my shoulder with dirty clothes all in it. It looked like a freaking schizo nut. And then I found an outdoor place to wash my clothes.
Outdoors?
Sure, it was out. It's open air. And so the reason I have a beautiful tan is because I spent all day washing clothes outside. And it was an ass whip, a total ass whip.
It's funny you say that because I just did that. What was that last week? So there's 5 of us in here.
Yeah.
And my wife works out religiously. So she always has a bunch of clothes. My kids got a bunch of clothes, and then my mother-in-law's clothes, and then you put in my clothes. So I said, you know what? I don't feel like waiting on y'all. Drove down the street to a laundromat, and I was washed and dried out in less than an hour. I love the laundromat. I love the laundromat. They got Wi-Fi and shit now. They got TVs. They got video games.
Dude,
they got a plug for a charger. I love the laundromat.
Yeah, in America, they have that.
Yeah.
In the People's Republic of Hawaii, I'm outside. So I'm sitting there. No bullshit. I'm sitting there. I'm just like beaten down. The kids are like, Daddy, can we stay in the hotel? Yeah, I'm going to go make them go wash clothes with me. So I'm sitting there. There's these 2 ladies behind me. And one of these ladies is like, oh, yeah. I'm so sore. I haven't been able to go number 2 in like 7 days. What?
That's real problems.
Apparently, she just had a baby.
Oh.
And she's telling her buddy how, and just no shame, just talking out in public in front of me, other people, talking about how she hadn't taken a dump in a week and how she couldn't wait to get her staples out.
Wow.
That's what I had to endure yesterday, dude. So I'm over this effing place. And after the high school situation we had the other night, which I'll talk about here in a little while, just over it. How you boys doing, man? How's things back home? I can't wait to get home.
Things back home are back home. You ain't missing anything here, brother.
I'm missing my bed. I'm missing my fridge, my TV. I'm missing the conveniences of being in the United States. I'm missing that little Mexican girl that I live with, and I'm missing seeing your face in person. And you too, Buki.
I love how he says back in the United States like he's not in the United States.
Dude, it don't feel like it. It does not feel like it. The white people here are the vast minority, which is fine. That's okay. I don't mind that. It's cool. But it's not like it's as far away, and I'm also tired. I didn't sleep much last night, so if I get a little loopy today, I apologize. It's as far away from America as you can possibly get, not just geographically, like every way you can imagine. It's Puerto Rico is way more American than Hawaii. That's a fact. I'm not. That's not hyperbole. That's a fact. So, just ready to get home, dude. It's so expensive. I don't know how anybody in their right mind lives here. I did it for 3 years, and thank God I'm home. But it is a beatdown, dude. If you don't have, I'll tell you right now, there's only a certain number of kind of people that live in Hawaii. Very rich people that come here part-time that don't live here year-round. Enlisted U.S. military personnel, Native Hawaiians who live with all of their family members so they can afford it, and crazy people. That's who chooses to live here. You're either in the military, a Native Hawaiian, a millionaire, or you're nuts. And I was nuts for 3 years for living here. Thank God I don't. And I'm just so ready to get home. It is in the building. It is show number 391.
Hey, I hear you.
And we've got stuff to do. I'm anxious to also get back home because we have a television show to produce this week, man. It is TV week. You ready?
Oh, super ready, man. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited, actually. It's crazy because this deal came down 6 months ago. And I was like, oh, man, we ain't doing nothing until August. We're fine. And then bam, here we are, week of. It's crazy how time flies.
Mm-hmm. This Saturday, Rudy and I and Jose, who's going to produce our show for us, as long as he'll continue to work for free, we have the first ever In the Building Sports Edition television show that will come down this Saturday on Chris Channel 6, the NBC affiliate in Corpus Christi, Texas. How about that? We're TV stars.
The big boy affiliate.
Yeah, it's there. So a lot of local news stations have like 3 or 4 stations that will have like their they still have the WB. Is that still a thing?
I think so.
Okay, or a spinoff. They'll have like HD satellite stations. I think doesn't Kins have like 2 stations and KSAT
I didn't know Kins had 2.
I think they might, but it's just a bunch of national news all day. And they'll stick some of their like auxiliary programming on their B stations. We're on the varsity. They're going to run us on the NBC affiliate, the WOAI, if you will, of Corpus Christi, every Saturday morning at 11 a.m., beginning this week, as we get ready for the beginning of college football weekend, which started this weekend for some. And then we'll preview the upcoming Cowboys and NFL season, man. I'm looking forward to it. I'm hyped. That's another reason why I'm anxious to get home, because I want to get some. I got to get my beauty rest. I'm a TV star now, man. I can't be. I did get tan though, so that's good.
That's a good thing.
But I can't have a bunch of damn bags under my eyes. I got to look decent for TV. I ain't like you. I don't have that pretty dark skin. I got that white boy skin.
That good melanin. And then we gotta take a drive up to Corpus Thursday.
We do. I'm excited for that. So I get home Wednesday midday, and then the very next morning, Rudy and I, after In the Building, we're going to drive to Corpus and stay the night Thursday night in Corpus Christi, because we're the guest of honor at a high school game that Chris 6 runs on their B station. They're already emailing me today wanting to know what time we're going to get there. I just saw that email come down. Check your email.
I didn't see that. Okay.
So no show Friday?
No, we'll do the show from our hotel. Rudy and I are going to stay in a hotel Friday night, and I'll bring the same gear. I'll have 2 mics and 2 headphones. Rudy and I did Longhorn postgame show like with my gear last year. We pulled it off.
I'm excited to see what that hotel Wi-Fi is like. I
know. Good question.
Well, it can't be any. Dude, I'm in a foreign country right now, and so far this Wi-Fi is holding up. So my gear, it's long as the Wi-Fi is semi half-ass, we're okay. We're okay. All right, y'all want to jump in here on the chat? Please feel free to do so. If you want to super chat us, you may do so as well. Tip this show. Lots of people chiming in here, blaming you, Buki, for the late start. It's not his fault. It's absolutely mine. I am disseminating audio today from the hellscape that is Oahu. I love Maui. I do like Maui. I could never live in Hawaii again, ever. But I would rather, the next time, I don't mind coming here for vacation every 5 years, but I'd like to go to Maui. It's not even necessarily Honolulu that sucks. I mean, it's not Hawaii that sucks. It's Honolulu that sucks. It's a real shitty, dirty city.
That is not what I think of when I think of Honolulu.
Because tourists come here and they stay at the resorts, and you rent a car and you drive around the island, and it's gorgeous. But living here, the locals don't live on the resorts. The locals don't even have time to enjoy the amenities and the beauty of it because they're so busy busting their ass working, trying to make ends meet.
Damn.
And Honolulu itself, it's shitty. It's dirty and it's grimy. I feel like, I don't know if I'm in, I come here, I feel like I'm in I don't know. It just feels like being in some real shitty city. Third world. It really is. And here's the crazy part. So right outside my little hotel that I'm staying in, there's homeless people sleeping on the street because they don't make any of them move. Literally, Rudy, right across the street, and I'm not exaggerating, right across the street, they just built these massive high-rise condos.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not, no one's even living in them yet. They just listed it. And they're taking offers now. I'm not shitting you. For a 2-bedroom, 840 square foot condo.
That's a box.
$1.2 million.
Insane.
I'm not kidding.
You know what I could get in Texas for 1.2?
You could damn near
7,000 7,000
Spurs
square.
arena.
Yeah, 7,000 square feet.
Yeah.
Pool, sauna.
Sure. Guest house.
God bless Texas.
Acreage of land. God bless Texas. And God bless America. This place is a hellhole. It's a hellscape. I don't ever want to come here again. I'm making those kids come see me from now on. It's just, and I'm sorry I'm bitchy, man, but and I'm just tired and ready to go home. I'm tired. Ready to go home. Long 5 days. Looking forward to getting my ass on that plane tomorrow and get back home. Yeah, you could, like, AJ makes a good point. You could buy Tony Parker's house.
I know, right?
For an 820 square foot condo in Honolulu. It's outrageous why you would ever move here anyway, or try to live here. All right, let's get rolling. Let's do a show.
Let's do it.
That's enough bitching. I am excited for TV week. So what do you think we should talk about? Let's produce the TV show. That's fun. Texas, Ohio State. Yeah.
Texas, Ohio State, college
Cowboys,
football,
Eagles.
Cowboys, and talk about what we saw Thursday night during their first high school game, the rivalry game.
We just did the show. That's it.
30
roll
minutes.
on that. Jose, roll on that. Let's just do it. Let's do it now. Take that and send that in as the TV.
Why not at this point?
Then
You know what's cool about the TV show is they told us, like, we don't have to dress all nice. I don't have to wear a sports coat. But I was going to ask you, how do you want to dress at least for the first show? Should we try to pimp it up a little bit?
Business casual.
Okay. So like a nice shirt,
Collar.
with a sports coat,
No coat, just a collar.
like a golf shirt.
Yeah, collar.
Here's all my collared shirts are
Because we're gonna be waist up.
Yeah, you're right. I don't like, you know what I don't have? I don't have like a nice Oxford button down shirt. All my collared shirts are Hawaiian shirts. They all have flowers and fish and shit on them. Is that okay?
Yeah.
It's a podcast.
It's a pod.
They're televising a podcast. So
that's what they want. And we tried to make it sprucey, and they were like, no, send us something else. We want it to laid back podcast on television. We said, all right, easier, even easier.
Yeah. So I think for this first show, I'm going to roll with like one of my shirts I already have. Like I'm going to wear a nice.
That maroon boss shirt you have is nice.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's in there. All right. Yeah, that is that's not bad. I might do that, but no jacket. We're good. No jacket.
Nah, I won't need no jacket.
No shorts, jeans, decent slacks.
Business casual.
Business cash. All right. That's it. We'll do that. We'll do that. All right. What's up? What have y'all been talking about? I saw that you texted this morning about Cracker Barrel.
Well, Boki and I talked about them Friday and talked about again, if you really want to know how the world is going to play out, you need to do nothing more than listen to In the Building. Okay. Jose and I talked about this on Thursday or Friday, and I said Cracker Barrel is making a colossal mistake, changing the logo and doing away with the white man and the barrel and just saying Cracker Barrel. And no less than 72 hours later, their stock has dropped 100 million and parking lots are empty because, you got half the world that's okay with people are misusing the word woke. Inclusive is not woke. Being inclusive doesn't make you woke. But Correct. The people that hate woke think everything is trying to be woke. And now they are punishing Cracker Barrel for resorting to being woke, and Cracker Barrel loses. You know how crazy it is for your stock to drop $100 million in 72 hours? And I told Buki, I was like, first of all, we don't really go there anyway, so there's no need to include us.
I was going to say,
I love Cracker Barrel, by the way. I love their pancakes. Cracker Barrel is delicious. We love my family once a year, once or twice a year. Right. But when we go, we're like, damn, we need to come more often. Cracker Barrel is great. But if I'm going to have breakfast or something, and I'm like, my family don't come in town, and I'll be like, hey, sis, let's go to Cracker Barrel. Like, we're not thinking about Cracker Barrel there, so you don't need to include everybody. You got your core base. You're making money hand over fist. It's always a 30-minute to an hour wait. If something ain't broke, you ain't got to fix it. Like, oh, there's no black people on Friends. There's no white people on Martin Lawrence. Like, we don't got to include each other in everything. You know what I mean? Like, I get inclusion. I love inclusion, but sometimes it's just like, hey, man, they don't mess with us anyway. What are we trying to include them for? Like, it's stupid. And I said it was stupid. Buki and I called this last week, and I'm pretty much a genius. I knew this was a colossal mistake. That CEO's days are numbered. Poor lady. She meant well.
You sound like Malcolm X. Let's just completely separate from them then. Let's let them to hell with it. Let's just go black-owned business with black-owned money and let them do their thing.
Black-owned business was thriving until we did segregation. Then everybody was like, let's go see what the white folks over there doing. Forget Tyrone's tool shop. We want to go see what Hunter and them got. And then
Tyrone's
black business
tool shop.
And then Tyrone's business just went into the tank because all the black people wanted to see what was going on with Hunter. Hey, man, sometimes it's okay every now and then if we just all do our own thing. Like I like comfortable silence. Like if me and my wife are on the couch and we don't speak to each other for 2 hours, I don't hate her. It's just comfortable silence.
It's okay to not hang out with everybody.
Cracker Barrel. Y'all were living perfectly fine in comfortable silence.
What are we doing? This is what, see, they warned us about this in the 60s. We start mixing all the races. Everybody's going to wind up looking like Victor Wembanyama. Come on, man.
We can't do it, man.
Come on, man.
Dog. So shout out, I forget the CEO's name, but she's about to get fired.
I'm assuming she's a white lady.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember the last time I was in a Cracker Barrel. Not in the last decade. It's not. I just I never think about it. It never occurs to me. Cracker Barrel.
Always the line is always too long, bro. When I do want to go, I'm like, they're like, it's gonna be 30 to 45 minutes. I'm like, this is why I don't come. But there's pictures from all over the country at their peak times, and the parking lot is empty. They're being punished for being woke.
Oh my God. Well, who was it some years ago? Was it Golden Corral? I want to say that took it in the shorts because some asshole was racist toward a black dude in a golden. Or was it? Might have been Cracker Barrel.
I thought it was
it a Cracker Barrel? Was it Golden? I think Golden Corral has had tough moments before. Can the white people not have anything? I think Rudy agrees with it. Can we just let us have something? We finally have a great white basketball player to hang our hat on. I'm excited for Cooper's big debut, even though it's against the Spurs. I hope Cooper has 40, but the Spurs win. That's my hope for that.
Right.
Can I have both of those,
bro?
Let me have my Golden Corral.
Mike and I both agree. You can't be overly woke. Like I'm all for it, but sometimes we just take it way too far. Way too far. And Cracker Barrel did it. Cracker Barrel did it. They tried it and they're paying the price for it.
All right. Cracker Barrel talk brought to you by the wonderment that is Jay Ribaldo, a fine Filipino man.
Jay doesn't need Cracker Barrel.
No, Jay does owe us a trip to the meat house, though. Damn it. Come on, baby. Where's my meat house, Jay? Let's go. I need the, what is it, churrascaria? What do we go? The Brazilian steakhouse that he took us to?
No, Chamagaucha.
Chamagaucha. All right, churrascaria. I just couldn't think of it. That's that Jay Ribaldo. That's our official real estate man. Look at that handsome land right there.
Did you see he sold the Valero property? Remember we were pushing all last year?
It sold. All right.
He sold that. That was off New Braunfels. Off New Braunfels.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Jay.
Hell yeah.
We're going to win that bitch.
Nice work, Jay. Dude, he sold it. Okay, cool. Those commercial properties, that's a long game. You just got to stay in. That's the long haul. But when you get it sold, it pays off. Of course he got it sold. I figured he would. That's that Jay Ribaldo. Thank you, man. It's Jay, 210-887-1081, the official real estate man. I've been in the building, Ribaldo Realty Group. Commercial properties, too. Selling, buying, land, commercial, private. That's our guy. Hit him up at jribaldo@kw.com. All right. What have you guys said? I've been out a lot, and I apologize for that. I was not here after the city council decided last week at the end of the week to put the term sheet with the Spurs and SSC onto the November the 4th ballot. How'd you react to that the next day? And how did the people react to it the next day?
I think that came down after we went off.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I think the vote happened right after.
Have y'all not reacted to it yet? Okay. No. Oh, well, I want to know what you think then. So after all the bullshit and the brouhaha and the back and forth and the stalling and me getting criticized by a lot of people in town because I defended the mayor and this kind of thing, as expected, and I'm happy about it. I mean, I expected the city council to pass the term sheet. Thoughts on term sheet now, on where things are now.
Thank God, so people can stop it. This was never it was never a doubt. You know what I mean? Like, it's like one of those games, the team gets up 40, team makes a run, but you always know that team's going to win. We always knew that this was going to happen. And I think you nailed it on the rundown, Mike. Now what?
Yeah, now what? So it's great that Sean Elliott went up there and gave that.
I did talk about Sean. I gave Sean his flowers because I said, Sean is a man. He's taken on the role of the retired guys as, okay, Tim hates it, Manu hates it, Tony hates it.
Mm-hmm.
I know they hate being out in public because they get swarmed. It's a lot different for them than Sean. But Sean is always willing to put on his hard hat and go be the spokesman for the Spurs and take pictures with 1,000 people and be out amongst the people. So I gave Sean his flowers for coming out and speaking because, again, it should be the big three because that's who we reach around for all the time. But they don't like to do that.
One.
Sean Elliott is the Draymond Green of the retired guys. He sets the screens, he gets the rebounds, he dives on the floor, he gets the techs.
Yeah.
He does all the dirty work for the retired guys because, again, if Tim Duncan comes out in public, it's a madhouse. So I get it, but I just wanted to give Sean his flowers for always being so accessible and being the guy to step up and say what needs to be said by the big three and by Popovich. But they choose to stay in the background on those things. So I just gave Sean his props for showing up to City Hall and doing his thing. As always, man of the people, much, 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 much love to Sean Elliott.
Okay. And that's fine. But
what? Tell me.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate.
Mm-hmm.
That's great that the multi-millionaire who lives in a gated community on the far north side of our town loves our city, and we love him. That's great, and the speech was great. And he said a lot of things that we all know. San Antonio's a great city. We all love it. The Spurs are a great organization. We love the city. The city loves us. We give back to the community. I moved to this town and fell in love with it. It's the reason why the big three legends also decided to stay here. It's a great city. That's great. Yay. The Spurs are good dudes, and the city's a great city. Now tell me why we need to help you build that ballpark. And it can't just be because y'all are a bunch of cool guys.
That's fair too, Mike.
I need some facts. And I know that they have the term sheet has all these numbers that we're going to make, and that's great. Now that we got this thing to the ballot, the Spurs have got to really kick into overdrive here and make sure that this thing gets voted in, because as we sit here, Rudy, pretty sure it's going to get voted yes.
Oh, but for sure.
I'm pretty sure. But, man, I think that there's a big group of people we don't hear from that when it comes to their money,
that actually vote.
And that's the other thing. That's the other thing. When we are at the mercy of less than 20% of this city that actually gets its ass and votes, we're at the mercy of the results of that. So I would say this, and I sound like a politician. If your ass wants this thing built, if you think Project Marvel is a great idea and you think it's going to be really awesome for the city, and that we're such a great town and we deserve to have something amazing, and as Sean said, we need to finally start competing with the other big cities in this state, and then y'all need to get your asses out and vote yes then. Well, I don't want to hear don't be bitching on November the 5th if this thing fails and you didn't go vote.
I think it's important to say that because you talk about it a lot. We're in the sports community. We're in this bubble, and all we see is the sports community. And I could see people on the 4th being like, Mike, Rudy, and Buki are going to go down there and vote yes. I'm not going to worry about it. And if I were you, I would not do that. That's why it's important you say that. Because the people that don't care about sports do care about the city politics, and they do vote on everything from local all the way up to the presidential election. And those people don't want this stuff to happen. So to combat that, us in this sports bubble have to get out on the 4th and make sure we go and do our part, because those other people that don't give a damn about sports, they're going to go vote just because they hate sports and they don't give a shit. I ain't doing no more taxes. I got people coming in 3-4 times a year from Wisconsin. I don't want them paying more. I'm going to go down there and vote against this crap. So don't leave it up to the next sports guy to go and vote for you. You need to go out there and vote for yourself. So that's why I think it's important you say that.
Right. In our little sports bubble, we all hate Gina. We all disrespect the shit out of her now. We all assume that she's the devil. Everybody in the chat thinks she's going to, but I would say this to the sports bubble. Her ass got voted as mayor, didn't she?
Mm-hmm.
As we all think she sucks. I don't know that she sucks. All I did was defend her concerns that the Spurs hired their own damn company to do the report. I didn't see. I thought she made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But it's her bedside manner that rubs so many people the wrong way. It's her demeanor. She's off-putting to a lot of people.
Right.
And that's what's made her public enemy number one here. And I think in some ways incorrectly painted her as anti-Spurs and anti-sports.
And she's not.
She's not. But again, we all act like she's the devil. She damn sure won the election, though, didn't she?
She sure did.
Somebody in our city thinks she's pretty good, or they went out there and voted for her ass.
Amen to that.
I'm just saying, if you want Project Marvel to pass, y'all better get y'all sports loving asses out there to that poll on November the 4th and vote. Hell, there's early voting that kicks in pretty soon.
There's a couple things that have made me mad over the years. One of them is the way people lined up and fought over Popeye's chicken sandwiches. I'm still upset about that. And I'm upset about all the fake tough guys in our industry that were really and really attacking Gina because they knew the majority of their followers and listeners agreed with them. There's so much shit that people in our industry could speak out on and go out on a limb on and possibly take heat for, but they won't do it. But they're the type of I'm finding out we got a bunch of guys in this business that are the type of guys that will come and run by the pile and kick a dude in the face because he's already getting his ass beat. And that's what they were doing with Gina. Like, all the city agrees with me. I'm going to act like I'm the tough guy and I'm standing up to this little old lady. And how dare she? Like, man, y'all are so fake and phony. The shit is disgusting. I'm still upset about the fake tough guys.
Same. And I think a lot of our viewers, they don't give a shit, but Rudy and I do because we were in that industry. We're talking about talk radio. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah. Television, whatever. Print.
Yeah,
print
sure.
Too.
And yeah, I threw a news columnist under the bus too for the Express News.
Right.
Because I agree. I think it was a bunch of self-aggrandizement, just trying to fake tough guy so their readers and their viewers and their listeners would think that they give a shit about.
Fuck out of here, man.
Saying stuff you don't believe. Not really.
So corny.
It's one thing to like think it's silly that she's delaying the whole thing, but it got like personal for people in our city.
Super personal.
Media, and it was bullshit.
Yeah. And I'm not talking to the fans. Y'all be fans. I'm talking about to the people that have platforms.
Sure. Yeah. You're supposed to know better. I mean, you're supposed to be really, shit, I'm not like I'm an expert myself, but you have to at least do a better job pretending that you're genuine. The disingenuousness came off in a gross way with a lot of people in the local media. And I'm not calling anyone out in particular.
No.
But yeah.
But if the shoe fits, put that bitch on and run a marathon.
Right. Oh, I agree. Absolutely. I get it. But
if the shoe fits, yeah.
I'm trying to operate at a higher frequency these days.
Yeah, me too.
I fail all the time.
I'm like Mike. I'm almost 50. I got no time. I got no time to kiss anybody's ass.
Correct.
Like, and y'all either gonna agree with me or you're not, and we'll get over it. We'll have a beer and then we'll move on.
Correct. But I can't stand the disingenuousness of it all. I think that our show did the best job trying to look at the thing down the middle, trying to look at the thing without our sports colored glasses, because we do get in our little sports bubble, and I'm guilty as anybody. And I forget that, 80% of the city probably doesn't give two shits about sports. I mean, Rudy and I have the most popular sports show probably in the city. And we only get about 7,000 views a week. So there's 1.7 million motherfuckers in our city. There's 837,000 registered voters, 16% of which bothered to vote. So back to what I said earlier. So I think we're all pro Project Marvel here. So our asses need to get out and make sure that it passes, because there's a pretty silent, I don't want to say majority, but there's a big group out there that they don't give a shit about the Spurs or the arena. They give a shit about them.
And and the credit report shows she was justified, speaking of the mayor, in asking these questions simply off the fact that how it went down with the Frost Bank Center. There was a lot of promises made about what that was going to do to that area. And none of it came to fruition. So the credit report, the most recent credit report, says you failed to do what you were supposed to do the very last time we did this.
Right.
So why wouldn't I ask questions? Y'all broke every promise you made.
Bingo.
So it's she was justified in asking these questions. I mean, shout out to Cisneros, because it ended up working out, because we use it for so many other things. But if you want to get technical, the Alamo Dome they said we were going to get an NFL team. We didn't. Now, again, props to Cisneros, because again, we made $1 billion off of that place, and it's paid for and all of that, but it wasn't what it was originally for.
Yeah.
So our last two major stadiums, arenas, we didn't do what we said we were going to do.
Nope.
So it's fair to question it, get the questions answered, then say, okay, cool, let's do it. There's nothing wrong with that.
No. And in fairness, and in defense of Peter J. Holt, he was a kid when they built that Alamo.
No, yeah, for sure.
In the Frost Bank Center. So this is now on his watch. So he has an opportunity to, I'm not trying to piss the man off, but he has an opportunity to make good on what the group led by his father did not make good on. And I'm not saying that they purposely lied to the city. Maybe they thought they could have done a lot better over there on that part of town. Maybe they even know they were wrong, you know? There's no black or white here. It's very gray. And God bless Sean Elliott. But again, that's great that the Spurs are good dudes and they win a lot and they've got the city's best interest at heart. But that don't mean that I need to raise my taxes to help build your arena unless you deserve it. And it ain't because you're cool and we love you because you won some championships and Tim Duncan's got cool dreadlocks. That's not how you do business. That's not how you do business. You know, I'm just trying to keep this shit real. That's all.
Right.
So I want Project Marvel to pass. I think it's going to be fucking bomb. The property values over there, which Nina's company owns a lot of properties in that area, would be great for us. It's going to be amazing, but now the Spurs need to kick in, and that's great. We love you. Now they just can't put their boots on the table and think, oh, cool, we did our job. No,
right.
The job, now it even gets harder because you got 2 months here, roughly-ish, 3 months, to make sure that this thing gets passed through in the city majority. All right, it is In the Building, presented in part by Texas Cheer Liquor. The Texas Cheer Liquor Studios today is where we emanate from. We are we're international today, as I come from the People's Republic of Honolulu. Rudy is what appears to be in his man cave with the great Muhammad Ali in the background. But Texas Cheer Liquor keeps on being wherever we go, they're our studio sponsor. And they got 7 locations in and around the city. So no matter which one's close to you, they all have one thing in common. Well, 2 things in common. They got great selections, and 2, they're going to give you a hookup when you mention In the Building, 5% off at all 7 locations when you mention In the Building.
And don't forget, September 13th, the Iceman, speaking of the Spurs, the Iceman will be at the Military Crossing one, which is Texas Cheer Liquor number 8 from 3 to 7. George Gervin himself, the Iceman, signing bottles of his new Ice 44 vodka, 3 to 7, September 13th. Do not forget that. Put it in your calendars. And we're going to do a pre-sale on some of those bottles as well. I'll stay tuned for the link to that. So September 13th, 3 to 7, Texas Cheer Liquor number 8, right next to that huge academy.
All right. You ready to get violent, Bouquet? We ready to get a little violent on this show? Let's do it. Let's get a little violent here on
I'm not punching.
In the Building here on Love You Hard TV.
Now, it's time for People I Want to Punch on In the Building.
How come Mike can hear it and I can't?
You didn't hear it?
Because he's on his phone.
Oh, got you.
Yeah.
Who you punching, Mike?
You want me to go first? All right.
You go.
I want to give my punch, and I'm going to give like one quick statement. But then when we get through with this segment, I want to talk more about my punch.
Okay.
I want to punch the head football coach of St. Louis Prep.
Oh.
Here in Honolulu. His name is Tupu Alualu. Say that 10 times.
Damn, you just pooping all over Hawaii today. The city,
Tupu Alualu.
the state, the coaches. What'd he do?
That did not help, and he's kind of the reason why I'm pretty salty today. I witnessed, and I've been going to I haven't been to a high school football game in years, but I have been to 1,000 football games. I've been to 10,000 sporting events. I've been to a lot of high school football. Now, granted, it's been a long time, and I've never been to a high school game here in the state of Hawaii. I never took the chance to go while I was living here, and just finally went the other night because we had really good matchup with a team from Los Angeles in here. One of the best teams in LA was in here playing St. Louis. St. Louis is the number 1 ranked team in Hawaii. St. Louis has 8 Division I players on their team. But I want to punch their head coach because he displayed the other night the poorest sportsmanship I have ever seen a youth head football coach display in all my years watching football. I'm going to tell you all the story here in a few minutes, but that's who I'm punching. St. Louis Prep head coach Tupu Alualu. This is the same school that produced Tua down with the Dolphins. Same school that produced Marcus Mariota. This school has produced 10 defensive edge rushers. I mean, these big Polynesian kids, they linebackers, defensive ends, safeties, these Roy Polamalu types. This school, they pump out 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 D1 dudes a year. But lately, they've been putting out like skill players. They're one of their starting wide receivers is going to Oregon. Their quarterback's going to Cal. I don't know why, because after I watched him, I'm like, dude, your ass needs to be in the Big 12. Cal.
Right.
He's good. I saw the next great quarterback from this state the other night. But I want to punch their coach, and I want to tell you about that why in a little while. Who you punching?
I'm going to punch again. It seems like I'm punching them once a week. I got to punch the Cleveland Browns for their handling of the quarterback situation.
What a mess.
It's so clear they wanted to cool the Jets on Shador, the way they handled him the other night. And again, he's not Tom Brady, but he's also not name a failed freaking quarterback from the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah,
he's not that either. And the way they handle we're gonna put him in there with third string offensive linemen that are gonna be working at Cracker Barrel and make him look awful. Then we're gonna pull him right before the 2-minute drill, even though we can see clearly that he's like his offensive line the other night was worse than the offensive line he played with that first year in Colorado. It's just punching the Browns organization as a whole, man. It's such a mess. And it comes back full circle what we always say. A lot of these cities don't deserve teams, no matter how great your fan base is, because Browns backers are great, but that they do not deserve a team. They don't know what they're doing. No. There's no need to put him through that. Why even draft him if you're trying to set him up to fail? So just punch the Cleveland Browns for for existing.
They don't even hold a candle to Jerry Jones' ass.
No, it's bad.
So bad. They're so bad.
It's so bad.
All right, Orlando Kell brings his punch every day. It's my man Orlando Kell. He is the official family lawyer in the building. If you need a family lawyer, let's say you moved to another state, and then it didn't work out, you had to go back home. And you from time to time you get tired of traveling, and you want to do less traveling, you want to get that decree changed, Orlando can do it for you if your divorce was in his jurisdiction. Unfortunately, he don't practice law in Hawaii, but he does practice law back home. If you need a family lawyer, it's Orlando Kell. That's our guy, 210-775-4995. You can email Orlando at orlandokilllaw@gmail.com. It's orlandokilllaw@gmail.com. He told me he wanted to get a punch in too today. Orlando does. He wants to punch himself.
Why?
Because he's never met you and he blames himself.
That's my fault. He's invited me to 3 UT games and my punk ass didn't go. It's not Orlando's fault. He should be punching me.
Well, he's saying that, but y'all both live in the same city, though. It doesn't have to be a UT game. We all just need to go have a beer with him one night,
Yeah, we should.
Absolutely. So he wanted me to say that. He's punching himself for not having ever met you. So
okay.
He really is a human being. I'm not just making him up.
Yeah, I've seen pictures that he sends us from like tailgates and stuff, but I've never seen him in person.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so there's that. All right, let me tell this story real quick because I do want to talk about Micah and Jerry and the docuseries.
Well, I finished it, by the way.
I did too. Dude, I had watched episode 1 and 2 last Wednesday, last time I was on with you back home. I had watched episode 1 and 2. I was going to watch a couple on the plane, then go to sleep and get some sleep so I could rest up to get my body on track. Didn't happen. That's part of the reason why I'm still tired, because I didn't get any sleep on the plane flying over here. Rudy, I watched 6 episodes in a row of that thing on the plane. I could not stop watching it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Awesome.
It was awesome.
Awesome. So I want to get into that. Man.
Yeah. Well, go ahead.
All right, give me him. I'm gonna try to do this as fast as I can because I can tell this story for an hour and a half. So I took the kids to see St. Louis Prep the other night, and they took on Bishop Montgomery out of Los Angeles. Bishop Montgomery they put a lot of college guys out too. Remember Nnamdi Asomugha?
Of course,
he's in the Hall of Fame, isn't he? He went to Bishop Montgomery, and their quarterback's definitely D1, although he's a junior, he's undecided. Let me say this real quick. There's a 14-year-old freshman wide receiver for Bishop Montgomery. He's the most talented, raw, skilled wide receiver I've ever seen on the youth level in my life. And he's a freshman, Rudy. He went up against the defense the other night. This was his first varsity game ever. He was in junior high 3 months ago. This kid I saw for Bishop Montgomery had 9 catches for $160 and 2 touchdowns against a team that probably has one of the top 50 defenses in America in this St. Louis team, because they got these big fucking Polynesian kids, like this St. Louis, the team from here in Hawaii, their right edge is going to BYU. Their left edge is going to Utah.
Of course.
their free safety is going to Cal. I mean, it's ridiculous. Their defense is stupid. I watched a 14-year-old kid torch their secondary for 9 for $160 and 2 tutties the other night, and he didn't even know what he was doing. Their coach was saying he only knows 2 plays: run that way and catch the ball, and then run. They didn't even have time. They didn't anticipate he would even be on varsity.
Right.
5 kids that didn't make the trip, and so they were shorthanded. All right, so there's the scene. The first half was pretty boring. It was weird. It was almost like they were sizing each other up. I think they were both nervous.
Sure.
Kids, high school kids, you hear how we're going to go all the way to Hawaii and take on, you expect these wild-ass, long-haired, crazy, smash-mouth Hawaiian kids to show up. And so the LA team was nervous. But I thought the Hawaiian kids seemed a little bit nervous too, because, here's these kids from, SoCal with all their skill and size too. It was cool. It was like watching badass, super skilled LA kids from inner city LA against a bunch of country Hawaiian kids. It was a mashup of cultures. And I think both teams were nervous because of that, in the beginning. I will say this too, like Bishop Montgomery has the biggest offensive line I've ever seen on the high school level. It's insane. Their left tackle's like 6'8". It was insane. Like, where do you get these kids at? They have real loose transfer rules in LA.
Of course, especially for those prep schools.
Very loose. And it's a Catholic school, and St. Louis is a Catholic school too. They don't even have you can, no matter where you live in Oahu, you can go to St. Louis if you can pay tuition, or they give you a scholarship. All right. So this was a big, huge game. We were super excited to go. The first half was basically rope-a-dope for about 2 quarters,
filling each other out like a heavyweight fight.
Yeah, and LA finally got some momentum and scored 2 late touchdowns in the second quarter, which was surprising to me. So the Hawaiian school, they were down like 17-7 at the half. I'm like, damn, okay. LA they woke up, and their skill level shocked the Hawaiian kids. Well, third quarter comes out, adjustments get made. The Hawaiian team made some adjustments. They started double teaming that freshman wide receiver. And the Hawaiian school scored 24 unanswered points in the second half and went up by 2 touchdowns. All right, here we are. So the whole game, there's a lot of shit talking. So, not the whole game. The first half, they were nervous. But then, They got over their nerves. And then shit got real in the third quarter. And the Hawaiian team got a lot of momentum. And the LA guys got frustrated. And so late third quarter, early fourth, you start seeing the heads start bobbing. They were like pointing in. They were talking shit.
Right.
Mad shit. I mean, these are elite high school. These are kids. And, they're going to talk shit. Boys are going to be boys. And then you start seeing situations where like a Hawaiian kid would get tackled by the LA sideline and he'd get up and he would talk shit to the sideline for LA. And then you'd see one of the LA kids run out of bounds over on the Hawaiian side and that kid would talk shit. They were just mouthing off, man. It was crazy. And I even told my kids, I'm like, these refs got to get a little handle on this game.
Exactly.
It's getting chippy. It was building. You can see it building. And I think what happened was, and now let me fast forward. There's literally 1 minute to play in the game.
What's the score? 31-17?
Yeah, Hawaii's up 2 touchdowns. Hawaii's going to win. The LA team's like, fuck. They've now realized we're going to lose. And they're already chippy. It's already chippy. It's a high-level game, man. You got 18 kids on that team, on that field that are going to go play in college, probably 2 or 3 that'll go to the league. So it's competitive and they're pissed and the Hawaiians get the advantage. So they're talking shit. The LA kids are pissed because, they're going to lose. So Hawaii gets the ball. So Hawaii gets the ball on turnovers. LA goes for it on fourth down because it's late fourth. They're down 2 touchdowns. They go for it. They don't get it. Hawaii stonewalls LA. And there's 40 seconds to play in the fourth. So now all the Hawaiian team has to do, run the ball up the middle once, then take a knee, game over, we win. What does Hawaii do? Now I'm going to get back to why I'm punching Hawaii's head coach.
They throw a fly route.
This fucking coach, to rub it in the LA kids' faces, which was ridiculous because he knew those LA kids were upset and they were frustrated already. The Hawaiian coach has his Division I quarterback drop back and throw a ball. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And by the way, I was sitting with a bunch of Hawaiians, fans of that team, and they were like, what are we doing? The kid, he lines up out of the shotgun. No running backs in the backfield. Like, they're going to fucking throw a pass. Wow, what an asshole. He's rubbing it in the LA team's face. And what happens? Pick 6.
Really?
The Lion kid throws it over the middle, and one of these badass little safeties for the LA team steps right in front of it, takes the ball, and takes that motherfucker 75 yards to the house.
Mm-hmm.
And the starting right guard for Hawaii, on the interception, he's hauling ass trying to tackle the kid that intercepted the ball and gets blindsided by one of the LA kids. Lays his ass out, Rudy. Knocks his ass out cold. His feet fell off the ground.
That's the coach's fault.
He was parallel to the ground. Kid was knocked out cold. Stadium goes quiet. Everybody's freaked out. The Hawaiian kids, you can tell they were freaked out by it. So we're like, oh my God, he's hurt bad. I wasn't sure what, at first I thought maybe he broke a leg or something. He was just knocked out cold. The entire Hawaiian team comes out onto the field and they all kneel around. It looked like Damar Hamlin's sitch up in Buffalo, Cincinnati. We're all just like, oh my God. It's just deafening silence. They huddle, all the team takes a knee and they're all praying for the kid. I'm like, oh my God, he's knocked out cold. And these kids are freaked out. And I'm like, I told MJ, I'm like, this is bullshit. That kid would not be hurt. If I'm that kid's daddy, I am pissed. My kid got knocked out trying to chase an interceptor because your fucking coach got greedy and wanted to shit talk and rub the face in it and threw a pass up 2 touchdowns with 40 seconds to play. And now my kid's knocked out. That's the bullshit.
I'd be upset. As a parent, I'd be hot.
And the St. Louis crowd, they were like, I had a couple of Hawaiian, they heard me and they looked at me and they go, you're right. Absolutely. That you're right. I don't know what we're doing. We are bad sports. And these Hawaiian kids, I was really like, it's funny because like the parents were all like, they were pissed at their own guys. Like, what are we
they're
doing?
they're not wired or raised that way.
No, these are good folks. I bag on the city for being expensive and dirty, but the Hawaiian people are good people by and large.
Yeah, because if it's
Very
the pros,
spiritual.
if it's the pros, whatever, rub it in. At the high school level, you're probably supposed to take a knee.
No, and by the way, this is an all-boys Catholic Christian school, St. Louis. You're supposed to be Christians and sportsmanlike. Catholic, yeah. They said a prayer before the game. I mean, it's a Catholic school. And they were not happy with their coach. And so finally the kid that got knocked out, he comes to. And he actually gets up, big old freaking huge, 6'2", 250 freaking right guard, probably going to play for the damn USC Trojans or some shit. I think he's a sophomore, starting on their varsity. So he comes to, and all these Hawaiian kids are like wiping tears. They were scared to death. And then I guess the reality of the situation, like these are kids. And so apparently what happened, and I read this after the game, the coaches for Hawaii thought it was a cheap shot.
It probably was.
And it probably was.
It probably was. Because you can't even do that on the pro level anymore. You can't blindside block anybody. It's 15 yards.
Got annihilated by one of those big, huge LA kids. And so once they realized that their guy was okay, well, I mean, he's probably concussed for sure.
Oh,
so
for sure.
Hobbled, they get him to the sideline and he holds his breath. He's okay. But then all of a sudden, like the fear turns into anger on the part of the Hawaiian kid players, and they get pissed. And all of a sudden now we're face mask to face mask. And the referees are trying to break it up. And they're like, this it just builds and builds. And it'd been building all second half, dude. All of a sudden, before you know it, you see both teams go sprinting onto the field. I'm like, oh, no. I'm sitting there with my little 13-year-olds, This is their first ever game, by the way. And it is an all-out Compton versus Honolulu brawl.
I love it.
Dude, thank God they were all in gear and
right,
because they were throwing punches, grabbing throats. It was a heavyweight. It was a massive, literal street fight on a football field. It was bad. Security comes running onto the field. Coaches come running onto the field. It's a good 5-6 minutes. And at one point, it's like a giant beehive of fighting. And all of a sudden, it starts coming toward us on our sideline. Again, we had really low seats. At one point, I'm like, damn, I'm going to have to get to Twins, or we're going to have to jump the back fence here. I thought it was going to spill over into our sideline. And I will tell you, in St. Louis had twice as many guys on their roster as the LA team. And so these LA kids were fighting for their lives at this point. It was scary and ridiculous. And
blame the coach.
Never should have happened. So they get him. Okay, finally, cooler heads prevail. There was a couple of cops there. They went onto the field. Hey. So the kids are backing off. Okay. The kids are backing off. The Hawaiian kids are going back to their sideline. The LA kids are going back to their sideline. What does the head coach of the Hawaiian team do? He just can't fucking help himself. Turns around and mouths off to the head coach of Bishop Montgomery. Big old tall black dude. Big old tall Hawaiian dude. Jacked up on
whatever
machismo bullshit, which we see all the time back home, by the way. Not just Hawaiian kids and black dudes. White boys get mad too. I didn't mean. No,
I know what you meant.
But these are like different cultures, So it's already strange. It was a weird game. And the Hawaiian coach just cannot help himself. And he says something to the LA coach. And the LA coach turns around and went like this and tried to walk off. What happens? Then the assistant coach's bitch. And all of a sudden, we got the Hawaiian coaches and the LA coaches. Now they're going at it midfield. And at this point, a lot of my parents that I was sitting with, they were just like, and a lot of the women were crying. No, what do we know? It's one thing when the kids are fighting, but now the fucking teachers are fighting.
Right.
And this is when parents start jumping over the fence. Some of the parents on the LA side, all right, Timeout. The entire game, there were a couple of dads for the LA team that were way out of line. They were clearly drunk, on vacation in Hawaii, had too much to drink. Their babies are out there playing in this big game, and they were heated. And because you could all sense how heated it was on the field. Once the coaches went at it, you had two dads of the LA team hop the fence, and they go running out there. And we're just like, oh, this is ridiculous. This is beyond ridiculous. Then a bunch of the parents on the LA team, they went running over to their kids to make sure their kids didn't go back out there. It was mayhem. Mayhem. This goes on for 3 or 4 minutes. Then all of a sudden you start hearing woo, woo. All of a sudden all these Honolulu PD start showing up. We had cops on the field having to break up grown-ass men, coaches, educators,
Parents.
It was embarrassing. I've been to 150 games back in Texas, and I've seen some heated-ass games. I have never in my life seen that bullshit like that. That was embarrassing for sports. I was embarrassed as a father, as a sports fan. It was scary. And so finally the cops get it broken up. And so what they did was, and we were on the LA side.
Called a game.
They did. They didn't finish. And the LA, and it sucked because the LA team had a chance to win because they
had
an
onside kick.
They could have onside kick. They had 30 seconds. Miracle with that freaking freshman wide receiver they have. But the LA coaches were like, nah, fuck it. Let's just get out of here. And they called the game. And so they wouldn't even let our side leave. The police made all the Hawaiians leave first. And we had to wait because it's the same exit. They didn't want us all exiting the same. And I even told the twins, I said, guys, we're going to hold back for a bit. We're not going to leave just yet. We're going to let everybody leave.
Let everybody's temperature come down.
Yeah, but thankfully, the not the two idiot parents for LA, but the other LA parents, they were like, no. We're all going to wait. We all just waited in a group. And the reason we were on the LA side is because when we got to the game, the Hawaiian side was packed.
Oh.
We went to the LA side so we can get a good seat. And it was in the shade. So we waited about 20 minutes, and finally a lot of the Hawaiian guys got out of there. And I told the twins, all right, now let's go. We left before the LA kids. I was just I didn't want to get caught up in a storm again.
Right.
So me and the twins, we leave the stadium, and we're probably 2 or 3 blocks away. And all of a sudden, 3 cop cars come zooming by. Boom, boom, boom. Because they got into it again after we left. Players.
Did you tell the twins not all high school football games would be this exciting?
So MJ was like, this is crap, Dad. And Sevy, my other one, was like, this was exciting.
Okay. Exactly. It ain't going to always be like that.
And then the next day in the paper, the Hawaiian coach completely threw the LA guys under the bus.
He didn't apologize?
No culpability, no responsibility. No, we're sorry. Even if you thought the other coaches were wrong, you take the high road. Catholic guy, right. Coach, educator, leader of men. He threw the coaches under the bus. Oh, they started it, and they were talking crap to our players all night long. Who gives a shit, dude?
Yeah.
You're throwing passes up 2 tutties with 40 seconds to go. You knew they were already upset with you. Rather than just taking a knee and get out of there, you decide to rub it in their faces. It was utter bullshit. And matter of fact, I just got a call from ESPN Radio Honolulu. They want to talk to me about what happened because they're going to talk about it on their shows here today.
Really?
We go on. Yeah.
You should.
It was embarrassing. The St. Louis head coach needs to be reprimanded at the least. I'm not saying he should be terminated. And by the way, he's been on that staff for like 15 years as an assistant. So there's these 2 brothers, the Lee brothers. They're legends on this island. They coach St. Louis forever. They're the ones that developed Tua, Marcus Mariota, 50 linebackers.
Whoever, yeah.
Yeah, like the kid that played at LSU that used to do the haka played for St. Louis too. And so the Lee brothers, they retired. There were 2 brothers that were like the co-coaches. Pretty cool story. They retired, I think, last year. So this coach just got promoted to head coach. And then I find out 3 weeks ago in a scrimmage, parents tried to beat him up. So this is 2 now regular season games. and a scrimmage. So 2 out of 3 weeks, that coach has damn near gotten into fights with people. Sounds like it's a you problem.
He might
coach.
be the problem.
Mm-hmm. And I went and looked at some interviews with him on YouTube. I never heard of him until, Saturday morning when we decided to go to the game. I went and looked at some YouTube videos with him. Hat on backwards, shades in the interview, full sleeve, tat, arms, which is okay.
Right. It's a part of their culture.
But he didn't come off as that. He came off as gangster dude.
Yeah.
We're going to be, he just
red ass, toughest guy in the room.
Tough guy. Ready. He looked like a UFC. He looked like a guy you see in a bar watching a UFC fight. And that is the 6-figured head coach of the most prominent school in this state. And it was embarrassing. And he should be made to apologize, if not suspended a game. Damn sure need to be reprimanded. The Jesuits that run that school, these are Christians. These are Catholic men. These are Catholic bishops, priests. It's like Notre Dame.
Right.
They need to get their coach in order. Just what I saw the other night. And I'm not, you know me, we were there rooting for St. Louis. We're we're Hawaiian people. My kids live in Hawaii. But I'm a straight shooter. And I thought those kids from SoCal, they did all they could do to avoid bullshit. They did all they could do, and they were shorthanded. They only had like 32 guys.
Damn.
The Hawaiian team had like 80
60.
guys.
Yeah.
80. It was insane. They brought up everybody for the game, I guess, to look badass and intimidating because they got an LA team coming in. They want to show out, and it was awful. And I hope I never see anything like that again on the youth level. That's it. That's why I'm punching Tupu Alu, the head coach of St. Louis Prep in Honolulu.
Good punch.
That was bullshit. All right, show brought to you in part by Slackers, the official sports bar within the building. 5 locations in and around our area. St. Mary's near downtown. Up in the Med Center on Fred Road. You got the Nacogdoches location. Rudy likes to call it Slackadocious. 281 Thousand Oaks, and then right there behind the mall at Rector. Let's go watch the first half this week somewhere.
Rector.
You want to do Rector?
Yeah.
You want to do first or second half or the whole game? You tell me.
For sure, start of it. Let's go there for the start of it.
Okay, cool. That's all right. Let's start with Texas, Ohio State at 11. At Slacker.
Is it 11 or 12?
It's 11 a.m. kick.
Damn.
Yeah, I know. We're going to
No.
drink beer at 11 o'clock. Well, I'm going to be hyped, though, because it's the first Longhorns game against Ohio State. So I'll be ready. I'll be ready.
Y'all come watch the game with us at the North Star location. Come hang.
Right, cool. There it is. Kickoff at 11. Come hang.
Buki, you too. Get your ass up.
For a couple of hours Saturday morning, this Saturday, 11 a.m. as we and we'll be watching the game while in the building. Sports Edition will be airing on NBC in Corpus Christi. It'll be kind of cool. I'll try to pull the show up.
Maybe we'll pull it up. Yeah,
that'd be fun. All right, Slackers, the official sports bar in the building. Show also brought to you in part by GC Services Roofing and Construction. My boy Russ and his boys over at GC take care of business. What do we got? 17 satisfied customers now, 16 new roofs, and one, I think it was a lady last week or the week before, I want to say, thought she might need a new roof, and GC went out there, sent their guys out there, and they're like, no, you don't need a new roof, but you do need you got some damage we need to fix. We don't have to build the whole thing. They could have easily told her. She don't know anybody. Who the hell knows anything about roofs? They could have easily told that woman, ma'am, you need a whole new roof, and made her go through the rigmarole and charged her for a whole new roof. No. You just need a patch job. They patched it up quick. Integrity, honesty, and kick-ass service. It's GC Services Roofing and Construction, 210-347-0426. All right, and we'll end with some cowboy talk. So you thought it was a badass docuseries. I couldn't take my eyes off it. So what was your takeaway? That Jimmy was a dick and had just as much to do with everything as Jimmy? I
did say that. These grown ass men. It was Jerry's fault because Jerry did tell Jimmy, "Hey, you handle football, I'll handle business." Mm-hmm. So Jerry has a fault in it, but to really be fighting over who gets credit for 2 Super Bowls, and who gets credit for the Herschel Walker trade. It's really disgusting of 2 50-something-year-old men worried about that, especially when we look at, let's say, I don't know, throw a Houston Rockets in, and the power forward doesn't like the small forward because they both think it's their team, and we ripped those 20-something-year-old kids, but yet we had two 50-something-year-old men fighting over who traded Herschel Walker, and messed up a true dynasty in doing it. Is watching the docuseries, I was like, damn, Jimmy's always had my vote of confidence on, damn, Jerry did you dirty. But Jimmy's ego got the best of him too. Yep. It doesn't matter who got it. You did it together. It doesn't matter who gets the credit. I think we're crediting both of them. So it was like, damn, that was nasty.
Yeah. And like,
but the series overall, I give 5 stars.
Oh, it was amazing. And like any divorce, it's the kids who get hurt. And there was Troy, Emmett, and Mike, who could have had more rings and got left by grandpa because he moved home. He moved out.
I learned Troy is a bit of a bully when it came to Barry Switzer.
Yeah,
he didn't care.
Troy
was a bit of a bully. He was a bit of a bully.
He hated having to do that too. He resented it because he thought Switzer should have been the bad guy that Jimmy was. And Aikman used to be the good cop, and Aikman held it against Barry. And Aikman, I think, checked out mentally for the last 3 years of his career.
Oh, he did.
Well, certainly while Barry was there, for sure. My takeaway is this, and it's, why do we keep rooting for the fucking Dallas Cowboys throughout all this stuff? You know what it is? I think it's not about them. It's about us because of the nostalgia of it. I was reminded of why I'm a huge Cowboy fan watching this thing. It's the experiences. One of my greatest childhood memories is watching the Cowboys beat the 49ers in the NFC Championship game in '92 at my daddy's house. And my dad and I celebrating in the front yard, and all the neighbors thought we were nuts. We were jumping up and down like wild maniacs. And it's one of the fondest memories I have as a kid with my dad. You know, I was there when Emmett broke the all-time rushing record. I remember I watched, and I went onto the field when the game was over because they put a stage up like they won the Super Bowl, and they did this big party for Emmett. I stood there next to Johnny Cochran, of all people.
Random.
I'm sitting there on the field. I'm standing there watching. I look over, and it's Johnny Cochran.
Wow.
I stood next to him and watched Emmett in his celebration post-game. It's the memories. It ain't about them. It's the memories we have of watching them that make us think about how much fun we've had ourselves. That makes sense? It's about
plenty sense.
That's why we're sports fans. We can say F Jerry and they suck and Dak's washed up, but the reason why we're never going to stop being fans is because we chose that team as little boys, and they're the ones we have so many fond memories of. It's the experience of being a sports fan. It's the reason why this city thinks Gina sucks and needs to get out of our state, because how dare you even maybe somewhat be negative toward our beloved Spurs. It's that love affair.
Right.
That's what I took, and it was awesome. And shit, I might watch the whole thing again on the flight home. Greg's in here. George Gervin, can't wait to meet him. Ice 44 vodka. Y'all come out. Thank you for the plug. $4.99 in here with some money. Somebody else donated money too. What's up, my man? Muta like you freak. Happy birthday, Ethan. See you Friday against the Alamo Whites. Go Mules. And I'll save my Micah Parsons talk for tomorrow because we've been on a long time, and I knew that football story would take forever. So that's
all good.
Talk about that tomorrow. All right. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. It was good to get back to somewhat feel normal again and get back to work.
So one tomorrow?
Yeah. Can we do it? Yeah, I need a repeat.
Or two.
Well, it'd be better if we did two. It'd be easier on me.
I could do two.
You tell me. I can
do two.
Work.
I can do two.
Sure?
Yeah, I can do two.
And you do two.
I'm good.
I know you got Jimmy.
No, two. Today I got to get, but tomorrow I can do two.
Okay, and then of course Wednesday I'm out because I land late. Yeah, I land late.
All good.
But, all right, I love y'all. Thank you for doing this. I'm gonna do my very damnedest to make sure I don't have to do shows from here ever again.
We'll figure it out if you do.
Well, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Thanks everybody. Listen home already. Can't wait to get back on that plane, but I'm sure I've had a wonderful time with babies. I need my babies to come to me instead
for sure
all the time. All right. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. To all our viewers and sponsors and listeners and partners. Mahalo, aloha, or something like that. Ikamamai. See y'all tomorrow.